we just talk? Can we just talk? Talk about everything before we get
Alright, y'all, let's jump into this review of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Don't know what episode we're on, but I'll put it somewhere in the video or in the title for you to see. Starting with K. Michelle, she has to put her body back through the IVF procedure again. I don't know if y'all remember, but last week the doctor told her, well, your surrogate is really good and healthy and ready to carry babies. However, you, on the other hand, I think it was, he was talking about her eggs. They are, was it like 1 to 10 and she was a 3? Which would tell me the odds of you actually getting good, healthy babies from a 3 tells me that that wasn't going to be good. That was not going to be good, okay? But while she's doing it, she sent her surrogate's boyfriend, and those chilling, she done sent them back home. Because she said, right now, that's too much. You know, I got to put my body through this, and I got to do that right there. Y'all, it's about time for y'all to go, okay? So she meets up with Brittany B, and Brittany B tells her about Black China and how she's singing and whatnot. Now, I thought she was a rapper, so apparently she is a singer. And K. Michelle gets offended. She like, singer? What the hell do you mean? You know what? I'm just over it. I'm over it. I'm over these people that overnight they want to become the biggest superstar, whatever they doing not working, so you want to come over here and call yourself a singer? No, you need to earn singer. How about somebody like me that gets on stage on a wheelchair? Somebody like me that performs with an IV in their arm. How about that? Somebody that's in pain, but they singing them notes and they getting it out there because this is me. This is what I live for. This is what I breathe for. I love this. I love this. And I'm like, K. Michelle, we get it, boo. Every time you open your mouth, you tell us how much you love your job and we understand it. But just like Brittany B said, how you know that's not where her passion is? So then we start talking about Lyrica. And K. Michelle says, you know, last year it was, you know, our relationship was a little iffy. She and I had some issues. And I kind of exposed that she was, you know, talking to Safari. She really didn't have all the details because Safari went and told some lies and she just went by what her friend said. So she didn't know for a fact that it happened, but she just went by what Safari said. And because they were getting into a little argument, she decided to use that against Lyrica to hurt her feelings because Lyrica wasn't taking her, I think she had a performance or something like that. And Lyrica, she allowed Lyrica to perform on her set, but Lyrica was extremely late and it was acting like a diva. So K. Michelle was pissed off. Y'all don't remember, I just caught you up, girl. How about that? So that was their little beef. And this is why she decided to expose the fact that her and Safari had something going on. But Safari lied on this little Peter Tacker. So they really didn't, but she caused a lot of the issue. And Brittany B says, you know, I don't like Lyrica. I don't F with her. I'm over her and all of what she got going on. I really don't care. And she's like, girlfriend, why? She says, because, you know, back in the day, she would go out there and tell people that she don't know me. We're not friends. I'm some groupie. So I don't like that. Now, I can low-key see Lyrica out there acting like that. I can see Lyrica doing that because Lyrica, you know, Brittany B, she's a nice, decent looking girl, but Lyrica seems like she would be one of those pretty girls that's like, no, I don't hang with nothing like that. Do you see how she looked? Like, that is not my friend. Like, absolutely not. So I can see her denying Brittany B. But anyway, we know now that there's going to be some issues there. So let's go over and talk about Mickey Monday. He's with his daughter. He said he has a 9-year-old daughter. And she's really cute, hair full of hair. They go over to his mom and his father's house. And they're eating, having a little dinner. He talks about his struggles in hip-hop and how he's different from everybody else, so it's a little bit harder for him and for people to take him serious. He tells us that his mom and his dad live together, but they are not together, and they have been doing this since he was 12 years old, and he thought that was weird. But let me tell you, let me give you a little secret. My stepfather and my mom actually lived together up until this year, literally, to where he finally moved back to where he's from. And it was just weird. Like, how y'all not even together? Y'all not sleeping together? Y'all in different rooms? But y'all did this for years. He came into our life in 2000. They broke up somewhere maybe around 2008, 8-ish. And ever since then, they've been staying together, but just not in a relationship. Weirdest thing to me, but whatever. Then he talks about how Akon sold him a dream. He had options to go one way or the other way. And he decided to go with Akon because he felt like Akon could do more for his career. He could make him a superstar that he felt like he was in his inside, in his brain, okay? And he also told us that he is an actor. But his family says, and his specifically his dad, he said, I really feel bad because I shouldn't have allowed you to go with Akon. I should have, when you asked me for direction, I should have told you otherwise, because obviously he felt a little iffy about it, but he allowed it to happen. But needless to say, Akon didn't get him anywhere, so now he's on Love and Hip Hop trying to make his dreams come true. Then we go over to Akon. He is in a business meeting with his wife, Trisha Ayna. I think that's her name. And so we're introduced to them. I don't know if they've ever been on Love and Hip Hop, but y'all know. If y'all my oldies, y'all already know this is my first, this will be my second year reviewing Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But before then, I can't tell you anything. So comment down below, let me know if I'm missing something, I'm chopping over something, whatever. She tells us that she has 4 kids and Akon has 9, and also that he has several wives. I was like, girl, what, are they current? You mean to tell me you a sister wife and you okay with that? I mean, it takes a special person. Later on, Mickey meets with Trisha Ayna, and I guess they were meeting because they're friends, and he just wanted to talk to her and just see where her mind is, because the last time that they were together, or they were getting ready to break it off or whatever, they ended on bad terms, and he kind of cussed her out and called her all type of bitches and hoes. So he wanted to talk to her to make sure they're good. But throughout this meeting, she talks about, Akon really felt like you were not patient enough because he backed you by $25,000, and so he really was, putting money in you and putting effort in you, but you just was not patient. And he's like, well, I understand, but basically he wasn't moving fast enough for me, okay? So then we start talking about his current girlfriend, and I think her name is Slick, and so Trisha says she has a gap, that isn't even your type, like, why are you still talking to her, what's up with that? Basically, you're wasting your time. He says, no, that's my girl, how you gonna tell me what I love? But she is an interesting being. Like, when you look at her, she doesn't look like she's into guys to me. That's just how I feel. But apparently she's a model or whatnot. The next thing that we can talk about is Lyrica. So she meets up with a realtor and Princess to go looking at condos. Now we know Lyrica ain't going nowhere. Lyrica's gonna stay with Steak Sauce simply because that's where she's comfortable at. That's where the money at. It's worth it. That union benefits her more together than apart. Okay, so not only for Baby Ocean, but for the benefits that come with that marriage, she's going to stay in that marriage. So this whole the whole scene of her going and looking, she ain't going nowhere. So later on, Lyrica is sitting on the couch talking to Steak Sauce. He basically been kissing her feet and trying to cater to her every need ever since this information came out with Summer Stank, okay? He's just doing what every man does when they done messed up. It don't mean that they changed. It just means that they scared they're gonna lose you, right? So then he says, I got 2 tours coming up, or 2 concerts coming up, and I really think we need to put that behind us and move on. We used to have so much fun. We went on tour together. How about we go back to that point? We don't have to keep dwelling on this right here. And y'all know how I feel about that. I don't like when people, they done wronged you, but they want you to immediately get over what they done did to you, so that way they can sleep easier at night. Because in their mind, okay, they forgave me. They're not talking about it no more. So I don't have to worry about it no more. But here's the thing. You done hurt somebody in the process, food. So allow that person to heal as they need to. Allow them to be in their emotions. And as long as they're not trying to harm themselves or, do anything crazy, just allow them people to do what they need to do to get over it. Allow them time. I just don't like when people force you to get over it because they're the ones that wronged you in the first place. She don't really feel good about going to this concert with A1 because she said she don't want to be fake standing on stage, smiling, acting like everything's good, when really in the back of her mind she can't stand you and she might want to fight you and Summer Stank because y'all are embarrassing her out here in these streets. But later on she meets with Kim and they have the conversation. Kimberly apologizes, says how she feels so guilty with what she said about Safari. Lyrica tells us that yeah, I did my dirt, he did his dirt, but my dirt was not done with Safari. That didn't happen that way. I do accept your apology. I do want to move on. We were better than that. And K. Michelle invites her to a showcase that she's having with, who is it, Mr. Ray? No, it was with Jason Lee. And so she invites her to that showcase, and she decides to do that one instead of the one with A1. So Moniece and April Jones are getting prepared for this tour, whether y'all like it or not, okay? She done signed her cousin up for these vocal lessons. He says that she's been doing really good. However, she needs to practice a little bit more. And April Jones, she sung. Brittany B walked in. By this time, Brittany B really don't care for her. So Brittany B says, y'all really moving forward with this tour. Y'all done brought me on. Y'all want me to help y'all, but I need to know that y'all taking it serious. And not only that, this girl did a whole diss song about you. Listen, Moniece is so ready for this because she got somebody to help her with these finances. Not only that, she has a good line of communication to Drew. So anything to get to Fizzle Pop, okay? So I forgot to mention that Booby is back on, right? And so earlier in the show, Booby, when they were playing basketball or whatever, Booby was saying that he has a little crush on April Jones. And he was talking to Fizzle Pop like, I need you to kind of, you know, work that out because I don't know how to approach her. I mean, I know y'all good friends or whatever. Can you get me in? And I'm thinking to myself, boy, you can't get in because he already in there. Like, in there like swimwear. The last thing I'm going to talk about is this mixer that Brittany threw. She invited Zell and Perance, whatever the hell she called herself. You got Jason Lee, Mr. Ray there. And it's just a little mixer where everybody can come network and whatnot. Now, everything was good up until Zell walked in and Paris just had some... Obviously, Brittany B don't care for Paris because of what she done heard from K. Michelle. And see, this is why people shouldn't insert themselves. Even though the person you're cool with has an issue with somebody, don't make that your issue. Keep your comments to yourself, okay? And what threw me off was the fact that she invited Zell, but he was so quick to shade her. Zell and Mr. Ray, they were hugging it out, basically apologizing again and just saying that they moved forward and trying to show for the camera, you know, constantly hugging and doing all that stuff. Paris was annoyed because she's like, why are y'all doing that? You done already hugged, y'all apologized, y'all done moved on. Why we gotta keep hugging for these cameras? So as she's standing there with the stank face, Brittany notices it and she's like, look, I don't like you and all that negative cloud of energy that you're bringing over here. You were not even invited. This pisses off Perance, whatever she want to call herself these days. And so they start getting into it. He starts talking, or she starts talking about her. And then before you know it, Zell, who was invited by Brittany, starts shading the hell out of her the way she was dressed and said that she had on this yellow cab outfit, looking like a straight highlighter, and just completely dissing her. And I'm like, she invited you over to this mixer, and the first thing you do is talk about her just because she's not on the same page with Paris. The nerve of Zell to throw shade at somebody that invited him to their event. But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much all I have for today. Get into the comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. And until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.
I'm ready to go. This tea is super hot. I'm about to rush. I'm back, 3 feet, no pressure.